G'day folks, Joe from Queensland Survival. Going to do a review of several hatchets that I have, bit of a chop test, and I've got a Kailash Blades Mark 1, beautifully made. I'm going to do a comparison, a small comparison test, split with it, and just explain the difference. But this one, in general, this is from Pop. I inherited it, and it was used as a race axe. It's got it's a beautiful handle. It's very thin, it's strong, and it has these cheeks that have been ground out. I've cleaned it up, put a convex edge on it because there was some damage, but that's a beautiful start. It's full size. It's about 1.8, and it was a plumb axe that they used back in the day, probably 60 years ago, 50, 60 years ago. Although, it has some damage. I think Pop used it as a wedge. But anyway, it's beautiful and it's still strong. We got that here. There's some other axes here. This is a plum. This is another plum. Holtzbrook, made in Sweden, but this was a plum. I've put a banana grind on it. It's got a 22.5 degree edge, and it cuts beautifully. But that was a plum as well. And here we've got some Holtefors. This is a 1.5. The last one there is a 1.2. Holtzbrook make them in Sweden, and it cuts beautifully. But they're full-sized axes, and here we'll go through the different brands. These are from Holtefors. Again, you can see the stamp Holtzbrook. They're made in Sweden. They don't tell you what the steel is, but they cut very well. And this is an Agdor. It cuts very well. It's light. It's a pack axe, and this one, is beautifully made. Here we have another Holtefors, and this is a 0.9. This is 900 grams. I use this as like a canoe axe. It's light enough, but it splits well. Splits very well, and that again is from Holtefors. There's that one, and this one is a Holton. This is a hatchet, Holtefors, as you can see, 0.5 or 500 grams. It has a lovely convex grind, and as you can see, it's polished. It's good for Australian hardwood. It's a very thick sort of grind, but it's very sharp, and they're made very, very well. Now here we have the Husqvarna. Now I'm not sure where they're made, but they're made in Sweden and they're hand forged, but they have the Holtefors stamp there, as you can see right there. But I think Holtzbrook make them as well. Wetterlings originally made them, but I believe these are made by Holtzbrook. That's a great pack axe. It's it works very well. Here we have the carpenter's axe, again Husqvarna. You can grip it like that, and that hollow there, you can hold it for carving. And I'll compare this over here with another axe that's custom over here, And here we have a Husqvarna hatchet, again made in Sweden. Has a heavy head, it splits very well. Another hatchet, another good one. Now, this is a beautiful axe. It's made in New Zealand by Tuatahi. Now that's stands for #1 or the best, and they've certainly earned this. This is actually, I mean, it's just such a cool little axe. I've used it for chopping, but it's actually a throwing axe. Has a great chisel grind, and yeah, it is a throwing axe, but it splits very, very well. I'll show you here. It holds its edge and it splits very well. And that's, as I said, Tuatahi, which is Maori for #1, I believe. #1 or the best. Beautifully made. Now, here we have the Gränsfors Brooks, made in Sweden. This is the small forest axe or hatchet. You see the Gränsfors Brooks marked there, and LP, that's the stamp of the smith, the manufacturer who forged this head. And yeah, we've got Gränsfors Brooks Sweden. Again, I don't know the steel, but it's Swedish steel, and they're beautifully made. They all come with American hickory handles, and this thing, yeah, this will carve, it will chop and split, and it will butcher if you need that out of it. It's very light. It's good to have in your pack. Here's another Gränsfors Brook. This is the outdoor axe. Now, it was designed by Lars Folt, and he is a survival instructor in Sweden, well known, training the military, and you know, all around the wrote several books. I have some of them. They're beautifully written, and this is what he designed. It is a hatchet. I love the fact that it has the handle guard fitted, so if you overstrike, it's going to protect the handle. There's again the Gränsfors Brook mark and EW, the initials of the smith who made it. And this thing's very light. It is a hatchet, but it'll cut green like saplings, anything. Use it to cut through a door if you have to. Or it's very light, it's handy. Love the thing, and it's beautifully made. So now I'll have to get my book out, because we have here some custom hatchets. Now this one, I haven't used it. It sits on my wall. It looks pretty, but it's beautifully made. The head weight is excellent. It is a Joregi Basque hatchet. The smith is, forgive me for pronouncing this wrong, but it's all I have. The smith's name is Hatchets Joregu. It's made in Basque in Spain. Okay, now they're beautifully made. They cut very well, and I love the handle. And like it is thin, but the head weight is excellent, and it cuts very well. They're handmade. I mean, that man, he's the only one that makes them. That's his craft, and they're beautifully they're beautifully made, as you can see. Now, I'll just go through this. Now, this hatchet, I'll just take the, I'll just take the, see this hatchet here, it is Satsuma Ono by Mizuno. It's carbon steel, and laminated there is blue paper steel. Now that's an oak handle, which is very strong, but it's light. And that hatchet, I've used this for quite a while. It splits timber, kindling, timber well, and yeah, you can see the Japanese mark there. I don't know if, I hope you can see that. But this thing is light. It's an excellent hatchet, just, you know, in your belt like that. It sits there, it's comfortable. Pull it out when you need to use it. But I love that one, and it holds a good edge, and it cuts where, and this pole, or, you know, I use it to strike, you know, tent poles or hammer with it, and it works very well. Now, this particular one is a Snedden Hunter. Now, he still makes them today. I love the fact that it's got the deer head on that. Now, this, that they use a lost wax casted method, and it's 4340 steel, a spotted gun handle in general, that is what they use, but this one has an excellent weight. It's a good handle, one-handed or two, and love the thing. They're very well made. Yeah, it's a good one. Now, come over here, please. Like, stand here so you're out of the sun. I think you'll get it, and I'll just explain this lot. Now, okay. Now, this is the Farmer's Forged Outback axe. It's made in Roma, Queensland, by a great craftsman. Now, they generally use spotted gum as a handle, as you can see, and there's his mark, the anvil. Now, yeah, you can see the forging process, and it has a 35-degree convex edge to withstand chopping and cutting Australian hardwood. Now, I brought the Husqvarna Carpenter's axe because it's a similar profile, as you can see. Now, with the Carpenter's axe, you can grip the handle there, and it has a straight edge line for processing timber, planing, carving, that sort of thing. But you see, the Farmer's Forge Outback axe is made in a very similar way. You can that recess, or whatever you call it, hold it there, and you can carve with this. But it has a curved, and that's better for splitting hardwood. It has the same head weight, and there, this Carpenter's axe, and it, you know, I'll just show you here, and it anyway, it cuts very well. Hold that piece there. feels good in the hand. It's beautiful. Fit and finish from these are excellent. Now we'll put that one down. I've got one of my good friend Boonies. This is, now they all come with this beautiful leather sheath to protect the edge and protect you. Has a liner, it's well made. Pop it open and open it. Now, this is the Farmer's Forge Joey. Now, I'm gonna compare it to an American custom-made axe by Ike from Wolf Valley Forge, USA. Now, I'll get to the details, but they're both similar head weight, and I'll get that one out. I'll just explain. This comes, as you can see, hickory handle with a stain, and then I ordered it with the, you know, the torch marks to give it that beautiful pattern. And as you can see, the grain pattern is excellent on this. There's his name there. I hope you can see that. Wolf Valley Forge, made in the USA. Beautiful handle, beautiful sheath that fits on your belt well. And now we'll just take that off, and here it is. It's he leaves the hammer forging, so every piece is different, but that's to show how it's made. Obviously, the edge is you know, processed, and the pole, or the, you know, but now these are both beautifully made. This one's Queensland, Australia, and this one is USA. I've got his details here. Wolf Valley Forge, his name is Ike, Alabama, USA. This is the trail axe, and it's 4142 steel and a chestnut hickory handle, and 0.56 of a kg for the. Now over here we'll do some splitting. Not that piece, I want that piece. Probably won't get through it, but just to feel it. It cuts very well. This one. Now, what I did there is, like, you know, this timber, it's easier to split, but I overstruck. So if it splits there, you could damage the handle. What you want to do is strike the timber there, and that way the head will split, the axe head will split the timber, and it'll protect the handle. Now, and that way, when it splits, there's no damage to the handle. And as you can see, you know, it splits very well, and it feels great in the hand. Now I'll get this Joey. It's a big piece of timber. Anyway, they cut well and they split well. Now, because it's my channel, I have a wonderful axe collection. However, here is a Kalish Blades Mark 1 kukuri, okay? Has a classic stick tang, beautiful rosewood handle, perfect grain pattern, and this is a 10.5-inch thing. It has a wonderful grind, you know, fit and finish is perfect. Now, comparing the axe to the kukri, okay, excellent for splitting, will easily cut down saplings for building purposes, split kindling, has many uses. Use it as a hammer, break break the hip of the bone, chop and break through bones. This thing, okay, won't chop as well, no, but using this with a batten, it'll chop excellently. It'll do an excellent job. It has obviously a lot longer cutting edge, so cutting through vegetation in the rainforest, in the forest, it'll do that. It works like, it'll chop and cut like a hatchet, but and it, you know, it works like a machete. You don't take it to Victoria though, fuckers. But anyway, let me show you the like it had butchering, excellent. Breaking down the chicken, excellent. Using it as a draw knife, like a draw knife, to use the recurve to cut kindling, to cut tinder, whatever, does an excellent job. Let me show you how it'll batten. I'll pick this piece here, and you've got that. Should be a hard job, like an easy piece. So, look, well, that was too easy. Whoops. Now that's a solid piece of timber. Like, see, that's what I'm saying. To split with a kukri, with a batten, excellent job. To cut with it in the forest does a great job. You have that advantage. It chops, splits, cuts like a hatchet and a machete combined. Anyway, that's a favourite. Kalish blades, beautifully made. Both of these hatchets, Farmer's Forge and the Wolf Valley Forge, beautifully made. You just have to choose one that you like. See you on the next one. That's it. I hope I didn't